Hi everyone, excuse my lumpy car. It does go like this when it's first started. All I'm doing is literally just keeping it in first gear, keeping it slow, keeping it steady. Don't rev it too hard or anything like that when it's in this early stages, or when any car's in this early stages of just being turned on. It's gone through its cold start sequence, which is just the first often 30 seconds. I'm just going to reverse here. Within its first 30 seconds or so of being started, it just increases the revs and just helps the car warm up. But there's still a little section after that's happened in this car that quite often requires you just to help it along a little. It's always been like that, to be fair, this car. In any case, that's not what today's all about. Today's all about this, slowing down. Notice there where I slowed to and how much I did slow, reduced for this one, just until I'm happy. So this is the subject for today. It's how I go about slowing down. It's how I use my speed, that side of things. Here, can't see left. So I'm creating time and then rolling in. And then I'm actually away quicker. So I'm going to look at all different things. We've obviously got the foot cam. I'm going to look and try and verbalise what I'm slowing down for. A little bit of caution here to the left hand side because I couldn't see as well behind this van. I can now create space from the parked vehicle to the other side, so if the lights were on I could go a little bit more, but again, these three to the left hand side, there you go. Couldn't see this final focus until a little bit later. Anything that you can't see is often the bit that gets you. So just a little bit, not on slowing down, but just of movement there. I was eager to move to show the two pedestrians to the left hand side that I was going. But slowing down is going to be the key for today. There's a little relationship between space and speed. So notice my position here, I'm putting it close to this side, and I just backed off there just so if this Mercedes to the left did pull out, the white one was beyond and past. Most people wouldn't do that. I'm slowing early to give myself a bigger chance of working out what's happening with the keep clear. I think there maybe would have been room, but why risk it? All right, no risk, but why go in there? Why go and push yourself closer to someone where it's not going to delay my journey down the road whatsoever? Keep an eye on the lights. The lights should change pretty shortly, which they do. And I'm now able to plan my start off and keep up. So it's a load of rubbish when people say, oh, fill the space, just queuing behind people. When there's a couple of lanes, yes, fill the space, but you don't need to get too close into people. I'm maybe going to talk about a little bit about how I do my acceleration with this video as well, but it's generally going to be me slowing down. So I'll look at the bus driver behind. They're okay, not too close, but if someone was closer, I'll slow earlier, use my brake as a warning earlier, and I'll aim to stop a couple of car lengths short of where I need to, and then I'll just roll in the last couple of car lengths, and it keeps things moving. Perfectly demonstrated there. Well done, Ashley. A star. But what are the benefits of keeping things moving? Well, there's less mechanical impact on the car. It saves fuel, saves wear on the vehicles. It reduces risk massively with people behind. And it shows off a little bit to your examiner. It also gives your passengers a little bit smoother ride. So I'm doing the same again. Pick a point a couple of car lengths before and then just creep and roll in. You won't always keep things moving like this. However, it does form the basis of what I'm going to try and explain today. The ability to progressively brake. Now, what you should be doing is starting off light. Notice there, stopped even the need for a position or a lane change because I saw the problem early and backed off early. Seen a bus seconds ago, if I was honest. I'm just going to pop it out now. The road markings are a little different down Walton Vale. So I think sometimes vehicles from that opposite side, if it was quiet, might think that this lane is for them as well. Reducing, 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 through. Okay, going back to the little situation at the start of Walton Vale, by seeing things early and slowing down early, it increases the chances of you keeping flowing. It actually increases your average speed. Here, crossing's okay, backed off for the cyclist. As soon as he changed his mind there, he was slowing and turning, it did change as well. I reduced. Here, this is the danger area, reducing. Do not increase until through. And then even there, a little glance just to make sure. Scanning round to try and find out what I need to adjust my speed for. People are all too eager. Speed limit, speed limit, speed limit. I did toy with reducing a little bit just in case the Volkswagen pulls in front. No, they don't. Away we go again. I did toy with this video, putting my speedo on the dash cam. You can change a setting like that on these VFOs. But I don't actually think that it's that important. It's whether you're increasing or decreasing at the correct point is much more important. I've decreased for the people, and then yes, it allowed the Toyota to emerge, no problem. Bus, I'm off. If the Toyota doesn't let the bus out, I'm definitely going to. Now I can keep up with the bus. Toyota did let the bus out, great job. And doing that early for the bus driver allows the bus driver to see that you're giving them that space. So what should I be doing here? Know who's behind, reduce, through. Okay, that guy looked over his shoulder. With his position though, was he ever going to walk out? That's all I'm looking for. I'm looking for things that are going to potentially invade my space. Dog walker, not a problem. Someone to the right, no issues. Those two on the left, no issues. Bus is parking, already know that no one's next to me. Those two on the left, just had to pay attention to those two with the guy on his phone, not a problem. People could walk out in front of the bus, so I've adjusted my speed accordingly. And I'm looking early for the roundabout, and I'm slowing more now, and then I'm able to flow into the gap behind this. Now I'm not going to be too quick, I'm just reducing in case there's any issues with this and assessing all of them. Now, how am I going to adjust my speed driving up here? County road is usually pretty busy. Fella and the dog is looking to cross, no issues. No one's next to me, that makes it easy. So this is pocket of space territory, no one's around, so this makes it really easy, but there's still bits that you need to adjust for. People keep their foot in a steady, continuous position and just think, it's 30 limit down here. They don't take into account risk, they don't take into account slope, uphill or downhill. They just keep it constant. Now, with the filter arrow being on the lights, these are walking behind me. This is reduced time. These could change. No, there is a white car to my right. I'm just going to slow down and just see what the white car does. I'd rather do that there than move out to deal with the one that was turning. Now, just adjusted my acceleration to let the white one stay in front. Not a problem. Let's see whether it actually gets the white car any further. It won't. And I'm not doing that to criticise. Here, I've backed off early again. I had options. So slow and early gave me options on what to do. So yeah, I'm not criticising the driver of this white car. People just don't really understand to the level that I'm talking about today. People just go, yeah, one pace, up to the next lights, stop, lights change, great, on we go, up to the same pace again, off we go to the next lights. They don't think about things in the way that they should, and this is what this video is all about. So, creating space. I've adjusted my acceleration a little bit there just to grow the gap out in front of me. So what should I be doing coming into this set of lights? This car behind has an effect. I've reduced earlier and we're downhill. Through. Not a problem. That one still came off. I don't want to arrive at the same point at the same time as anyone or anything. Cyclist, blue car, and the light blue one. Fine. Pedestrian, could change. Reduced, through. Black car, no one to my right. I've got an escape route, but I'm still ready to reduce if that one shows me any signs of movement. People don't do that with emergers from the side. They just go at one pace and just think, 30 limit this. Do you do that? I'm sure many people watching this video from my channel won't do. I'm going to make use of a little bit of space here. A couple of these vehicles may be taking the slip road left, so there's no problem about using the space. But remember what I said earlier. Notice what I did with my speed next to the queue. I slowed it, and I'm just making sure, yeah, I just held back there and just made sure that one did take that road to the left before it then flowed past. Remember, pocket of space is a big thing. So, lights are on red, off the gas. That's a big, massive part to it as well. People tend to go straight from the gas pedal straight to the brake. I'm doing more pressure. 2 car lengths before. Relax, roll it in slowly, watching people around, stopping so we can see all of that vehicle out in front. Chill time, nice and smooth, nice and car sympathetic. So yeah, coming off the gas pressure is, for experienced drivers, it's something that most of us do just instinctively, but it's a big deal with some people. For example, now, off. In fact, I'm going to go back on it a little touch just to do a lane change. Now I'm off. Make use of the space again. There's a chance if I don't go in here that I might be caught with the lights. So that increases fuel usage. It increases congestion as well. Well, only at this part, just increases congestion at a different part if I get through, but anyway, you get where I'm coming from. But yeah, coming off the gas for hazards, you can do probably, I would suggest, we're not talking about one pedal driving electric vehicles, but I can probably do 85 to 90% of my slowing down with my accelerator pedal. So that's got to form a massive part and a massive section of this video that I'm doing. I'm staying here as well. 2 reasons, just with where we are. You cannot get everyone in the left-hand lane. And if I go into the left-hand lane, what have I got to do with my speed? I've got to drop it. And also the other reason is that the left lane a little bit further up does go off towards the tunnel. Now I've just reduced a little bit there because the couple of cars in front are braking, and I'm just leaving this one a little bit of an option. Why are they putting hazards on? To do what? Park in. Just put a left signal on. Just put a left signal on, because those hazard lights affect people here thinking, oh, are you going to suddenly move out to the... Honestly, you could do anything with hazard lights on. Drive like a twonk lights. No swearing. Okay. So there's still plenty of things to adjust for here, I'm aware of the traffic flow around, and I'm slowing behind this black one. I do need to lane change as well to where I'm going. I drive down the Strand, go down the front of Liverpool. So do you notice there, we didn't do any braking with the black car that was emerging, but even when people are emerging, most people, well, no, not most people, a large number of people would say, I've got priority, they've got to fit in with me. Come on, do better than that. Braking earlier here so I can keep my view round this box van, not go into lane change. Lessen the pressure and roll for as long as you can, smooth as we can. Now, just a little bit here, although I've put my handbrake on, why am I sitting with my foot on the foot brake? And I could have just used auto hold at this point, but why? Why am I sitting with my foot on the foot brake? It's because I'm using them as a warning. I'm using my brake lights as a warning, just to people coming down Scotland Road behind me. Mercedes to my right. Just a little bit of awareness and a little bit of an adjustment of speed made that situation nothing. Anything here. Next set of lights, they're on red. I've got to make sure as well that I don't slow so early that people then think that I'm doing something else. That's a massively important point as well. Off. No fuel this vehicle's using at this point. Show my brake lights as lightly as I can. Pressing the clutch at the appropriate and correct point is also important to do this slowing down properly. A lot of people don't get that. And roll for as long as we can. And that will do me. I'm a little further back than I normally would be, but I just would like to keep my view a little bit. I might be tempted just to move up a touch, but I'd rather move up just once and just keep things moving like it's going to happen here. Through. So there, you're not adjusting your brake, but you're adjusting your acceleration. I've adjusted my acceleration here to deal with this blue car to my right. Who's got priority? I have. I'm in my lane. But I'm just using my brake just until I know that that blue one was staying put in their lane. Now I'm braking more again because I've picked my little pocket, and then I'm just rolling in. So there was much more adjustment of brake, I think, there that I did, and many people would even dream of doing. Many people would just get there and stop. But there's things that you can do with your braking to reduce risk further. Miserable weather. Had some decent weather over the last little bit, but today, recording this, it's the 1st of June. It is a Sunday. I'm just heading down somewhere the other end of town. I'm not going to move up. There's no mislead. Position is strong in the middle of my lane, showing people I'm not parked or doing something different. I don't think that gap is so far to confuse people. And being here again allows me to flow. It was that black Mercedes in front, not the one next to me, that was the issue. But again, don't forget what I'm going to do here. I'm using my acceleration as a way of adjusting speed. How am I slowing down for the lights? Please myself a little bit, but I'm still going to put into practice my slow a couple of car lengths earlier and then roll in. That has to be adjusted for uphill sections. Obviously, the vehicle won't roll as far and as quickly uphill as it will do on the flat or definitely downhill. So that's got to be taken into account. People do things, I haven't mentioned this word for a little while, but people do things routinely. Has there been anything routine about how I've been using my slowing down? No, it's literally been situational. Must admit, quite like those Ioniq 5 ends. Interesting electric car. I think the next one will be electric as well. But for now, sticking with the ST, I still need a manual gearbox to do what I do with the driving instructors. And training them it's so much different, the driving instructor training with a manual gearbox compared to the automatic. And massive thanks to everyone who supports the channel in that way as well. We've got over 160 members, so thank you so much. If you haven't seen the memberships, please do check them out. There is a little way, not begging here, just you turning up and watching this video is enough support for me, but there is a way, the first level of just saying thanks Ash. These tips that you've shown me over the years have been a big help. First sections are £2 a month. If I saved you £2 a month in fuel, maybe. But in any case, the support of just being here is all I'm after. So notice what I've done with the Nissan. Do we go past as well? I don't think I would. Could very well be turning right. Look at the drifting that they're doing as well. People can't work out how wide the vehicles are. So, slow for the first set. I'm slow and early, so I'm deciding, can I clear the box, which I can. Slow more now, then relax. And I took longer to stop than the vehicle next to me. They were going to go there, but no. So interesting there with the braking. I cleared the box and then did slowing. So it's where you change your braking to as well. Has also got a big bearing to the situation that you're in. Sometimes if you don't brake as much, you can get there a little quicker and then do that progressiveness and the slow more and then roll it in the last little bit over the later distances. But again, it's dependent on what we're seeing and what we've got behind us. But you can use your brake to create time to look. But like I've said, first of all, you've got to see things early. You've got to get your eyes nice and far out there. So, assess the driver behind. Assess the space beyond the next set of lights. It's cleared the yellow box already. Pedestrian to my right. BMW's a little close. Next set of lights. Notice the space I've given myself. It's all flowing. Lights are on green. Reduce area. Little check around. Coach to the left. I've got an escape route to my right. So that lights could change. BMW's close. Notice I've kept in a third gear as well. It's saying my car should change up to fourth. No. I've just got a little bit more control in the lower gear. It's going to aid me in slowing down a little bit more if needed. Be careful now. Through. This next set. Through. Now I'll stretch into fourth when it's opened up. But because this one is a touch close, using my brakes earlier, now it's finished because it's changed lanes. So it wasn't tailgating, it was just a touch close. But to all the people who do follow a bit close, leaving, auto hold on, brake lights are showing, just as a warning, keep them watching things. Yes, to all the people who do follow a little bit close, I can leave my glasses on anymore, it affects greatly how people in front of you have to act. If you give people a little bit more room, you'll aid them in making a little bit more progress, believe it or not. People don't get that either. Here comes the rain. So yeah, still auto holds on. So auto hold, for everyone who didn't know, holds the car still but keeps the brake lights on. Now the brake lights are off because I'm moving. So we used that because I was the final vehicle in the queue. Roads going 2 into 1. I'm not going to lane change. I'm just adjusting my speed and letting it flow back. These 2 lanes come back together. Let it happen. Now I am shortly turning right as well, so I am going to get myself across now. Now, it's a little bit different when you are in these outside lanes, the overtaking lanes. Driving in this manner can cause other people to be a little bit, why aren't they bombing it? So, still going to give you a demonstration of what we should be doing, but notice the acceleration is probably just a little quicker to my speed limit. Will it get me any further? No. So not just the braking earlier, but the signals earlier, that should be something that we're going to change. The van behind is trying to get in, so do you notice I left my brake until a bit later, watched the blue one use lane 2, and then I did my little bit with the progressiveness. Alter how you go about doing things and don't be routine. Nearly down to where I need to get to. If there's any questions, please ask them in the comment section, as always. There's my foot camera fell off. Let's pick that up and just stick it over there. Need a new sticky pad on it by the looks of it. I'll deal with that when I'm stopped. But yeah, it's an obvious draw to an end. Now we haven't got the foot cam as well. But if you've got any questions, give us a shout in a comment. What should I do with this black one to my right? This black one hasn't seen the one turning right. If this is not turning right, it's just caused itself a problem. Lack of planning. In any case, that's a nice little way to finish. I was ready to slow. I was ready to deal with their poor planning. Look far. Think about what was said about this progressiveness with the braking. Aim a couple of car lengths prior to where we need to and then roll us in. Another little thing that we've said today is about off the gas. You can do 85-90% of your stuff just by coming off the gas, don't forget. But thanks for tuning in as normal. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you all soon.